In this video, we're going to be talking about Microsoft Power BI, in particular, visual calculations. And we're going to be focusing in on a very specific part of visual calculations, the axis parameter. We're going to be looking at all of the different axes that you can pass into the axis parameter. And then we're also going to be taking a look at an example where we look at how the axis parameter changes the way a running sum behaves. Now, before we jump into the computer, if you're interested in business intelligence content, in particular Microsoft Power BI and SQL, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. All right, let's go ahead and let's jump into the computer to talk about the axis parameter in Visual Calcs. So first, in the world of DAX, the axis parameter is unique to visual calculations. What I'm on right here is the Microsoft Learn documentation on visual calculations. It essentially controls how the visual calculation actually moves through a matrix. You have four different options. You have rows, columns, and columns, rows. Now you can see the definition right here, but we're going to cover how these actually work with a quick real world demonstration. So here I have a matrix, and as you can see, I have 6 rows and then I have 4 columns. The rows are called row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the columns are column A, B, C, and D. And what we're going to do is we're going to introduce some visual calculations that hopefully will show you exactly how the axis parameter is working. So zooming out, we're going to insert a new visual calculation into this visual by selecting this matrix here. And I'll go ahead and zoom in just a little bit and then clicking new visual calculation. Now, what I did right here was just click the button and that inserted in a blank calculation. However, I can also insert in some template calculations. So I'm going to click right here to the dropdown and I'm going to go to the template calculation of a running sum. And that will open up this formula titled running sum. By default, it won't have a value in it, so we need to give it the name of a column. And Visual Calcs have this really cool formatting similar to Excel. So I'll do that by just typing in running sum. And then you also might notice by default, we didn't actually type in an axis parameter. And that's because depending on the visual, they have their own default axis parameter. I believe in this case, because it's a matrix, the default axis parameter is rows, but what you'll see here is that if I go comma, within the running sum function, I can basically set any of the various axis parameters. So I'm going to first set it explicitly to rows. I'm going to hit OK. As you can see, nothing really changed, and we have a running sum here, right, where we go 1, and then the next row down is 3, because you get 1 plus 2. And you can see that same behavior over here by 10, where the running sum is 34, which is the sum of 7, 8, 9, and 10. But what happens if we change this to columns? Well, let's go ahead and let's switch out that axis parameter. So I've switched this out to columns. What happens? Well, you might notice that this one, the running sum right here, is now 1. But then if we go over here to the running sum of column B, it's now 8 because we switched the axis parameters to columns, which means it's now going this way. So for example, the running sum in column C is 21, and that's because it's 1 plus 7 plus 13, which equals 21. All right, let's get into the 2 more complicated axis parameters that you can set. And that is rows columns and columns rows. So I'm going to delete out the columns one here, and I'm going to go rows columns. Now, the way that rows columns should work is it should operate kind of like a snake here. And that's exactly what you see it doing. So for example, here in row 6, we have a running sum of 21. And that's because you had the sum of 1 through 6. But in column B, where we have 7, it's now taking 21 plus 7, which then equals 28. Simultaneously, then, if you go down to 8, it's then producing 36 because it's 8 plus 28. Isn't that cool? Well, let's switch over to one last axis parameter, and that is column rows. And if you've been paying attention so far, you probably know what this is going to do. But let's quickly review. As you can see, it now snakes this way, right? So we now over here have 1 plus 7 plus 13 plus 19, which equals 40. And then it's adding 2. So now it's equal to 42. So now let's talk about why you might want to use each one of these axes types. Let's pretend that in our matrix, we have a list of products in the rows, and then we have time dimensions across the columns. So let's call it months. You might want to use the rows axis dimension when you're trying to get a running total across a group of categories, or for example, a rank across a group of categories. You might want to use the column or access parameter when you're trying to essentially do a running total over time. So for example, month 1 plus month 2 plus month 3, so on and so forth. And then you want to use rows columns or columns rows when you're trying to kind of get a global running total. And in that product and time dimension, you'd either want to get a global running total taking into account product first, or global running total taking into account time first. All right, so that is a quick overview of the access parameter in visual calculations. I hope that you learned something in this video. And again, if you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. I hope you have a good rest of your day.